Good morning, everybody. We're going to explain to you about carbohydrate in Asia and many parts of South America. This is tapioca. It goes under the ground. Okay? And this is the flour that they make from the tapioca bulb. Okay? It's tapioca flour. Then we have got rice, and after cook the rice. Now all these things are basically carbohydrate. A lot of people in South America eat tapioca. In Brazil, it's just like a fast food. Tapioca, they sell fast food, they sell all the bread with tapioca. Now, all this is super duper carbohydrate. Okay? Now, rice is also carbohydrate. Nobody can eat rice like that. Nobody can eat like that. You put rice, you must add something to the rice to eat. Okay? So now, rice becomes part of the very important part of the way to eat rice. We add something to rice and eat. No rice, like in Asia, we put rice, we put chicken curry, we put mutton curry, we put everything. Nobody eats plain rice like this. Nobody. Okay, so you must add. So rice is one way of enjoying food in Asia, whether it's in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, southern part of India, Philippines, Vietnam, all of Southeast Asia and many parts of Asia, we use this for rice. But remember, nobody. You can eat as much rice as you want, but these are all super duper calories, and all these calories have to go to do the work that you do. If you're a farmer, no problem. If you're doing a lot of physical work, construction work, yes, you need to eat it to get in the calorie to convert them into energy. But if you're just working in the office, you're a housewife, you're just going to school and coming back not doing anything, you cannot eat too much of this carbohydrate. This is super duper carbohydrate. Okay? Now, one more thing I'll tell you what is tapioca. This tapioca is also called starch, and also they use this for making, the Chinese will use this to make their food. Okay, they'll add something and make very like gummy and very nice, and they add salt and they add ketchup, sour ketchup, like you're eating shark fin soup or any soup. All of these things are made with that. Either it's tapioca starch, or they use corn starch. Both are extracted this from the corn, come from the corn, but tapioca comes from tapioca. Now, a tapioca is here now. I'm going to cut double jar. I'm going to cut into two now. I'm going to cut like this. It's very hard, really very hard. Okay, now this is the tapioca. Okay, it's called cassava in many parts of the world. Here we call tapioca. Now this tapioca, what they will do is, okay, hands are full of sand. They grow under the ground, and you do this, and you remove the skin. Like this, remove the skin. Okay, it's very clean. There's a skin of the tapioca. So now we have tapioca now, like that. Okay, we'll see it here. Okay, tarik lebih besar. Now they cook this tapioca properly. So I'm going to take a sieve. I'm going to make them into small things like this. It's very hard. Very hard. A small boys do a lot of this thing to cook food. Okay, so I'm taking this now, like this, and now you can see the milk of the tapioca. Okay, now this milk is the one that will become the powder, or they use it to make the powder. So now this has got so much more calories compared to the rice. A farmer can eat this as much as you want because he does a lot of physical work. But you cannot. But what they do in this country, in Asia, in Malaysia, they add brown sugar, they cook it with many things to make it so tasty. They make tapioca cake, They put sugar, they put milk, they put coconut milk, and they make all this is good. But remember, all of these things will eventually end up in your system, and they all become excessive fat because there's no work for this excess calorie. So the system, the insulin and all will come up and say, hey, there's too much of fat, too much of carbohydrate, too much of sugar, we got to do something. They make them into fat and they keep them. Once they're not able to do that, then the sugars start kicking in, and that's when you become diabetic. So you should stop eating this unless you have got enough physical work to do. So remember, my friends, all these are wonderful, they taste very well. Rice is very good. We all enjoy good food with rice, okay? But remember this, all this is an excess sugar in the system. You guys remember rice, tapioca, potatoes, sweet potatoes, also part of the carbohydrate family. These are all sweet potatoes, okay? This sweet potato, we cut and see, is going to be, what color is this? It's yellow. This one is orange. It's orange. So these are all different. So people, they got purple color, but end of the day, all of these things are still carbohydrate. They are the same family with it. But this one, you can, when you cook it, you can taste the sugar, you can taste the sweetness. But this you cannot taste the sweetness. Okay, but they all will become glucose in the system. Now this is potato. Today, potatoes are called pink potatoes or red potatoes, but they are still the same. They're still potatoes. The skin is same, but all of these things eventually is carbohydrate for the body. Okay, my friend, lots of this, especially if you're a vegetarian, you end up eating a lot of these things because you don't eat meat, you don't eat fish, you don't eat anything, and sometimes as a vegetarian you don't get so much of vegetables, especially in India. No, very little vegetables. So many of them eat a lot of carbohydrate and a lot of dal, thinking that I need protein, so I eat dal. Okay, so remember this, my friend. All of these things are really full of carbohydrate. Eventually, in the physical body, in the digestive system, they all become sugar. In other words, they all become glucose. Carbohydrate become glucose. You can call it whatever name you want. It's eventually become glucose. Okay? Pause dulu, ma. Also can eat fruits. Okay? Fruits in the form of mango, pisang. Bawa pisang semuanya. Okay? Fruit, at the same time, we also eat fruits. Nothing wrong in eating fruits. But remember, all these fruits are also carbohydrate in a different form. In the form as sucrose, and sometimes we call it fructose. They're all sugar. But eventually they go into the body and they all become glucose. That you have to remember. You can't eat a lot of these things as well. A lot of people in Asia, they end up eating rice, good meal, and then go for fruits. What are you doing now? You add a lot of carbohydrate, you're adding another form of carbohydrate. Okay, remember this, huh? Remember. Thank you. Dah, okay? Oh, susu. All of these things, we also eat a lot of sugar. A lot of sugar, white sugar. You can call it white sugar, you can call it raw sugar, you can call it brown sugar. This is also sugar. Okay, very famous in this part of the world, in Asia and Malaysia. We call it gula melaka, or it comes from the coconut. Gula apa?
Gula merah.
Gula merah. Okay, gula merah can also come in Malaysia. We call gula melaka. In Indonesia, we got gula merah, but actually coming from the palm trees of the coconut. Okay, and this can also have a lot of sugar. Okay, next, very importantly, white sugar, you can call it any name you want. You call it coarse sugar, you call it brown sugar, you can call it, but this coming from the cane, from the sugar cane. Next, we have got what we call, as very importantly, what we have called is milk. What do you have in milk? Lactose. It's a form of sugar. A lot of people drink milk even after a heavy meal. This is what we call sugar actually, but it's got calcium, got vitamins and all. Fine, I don't argue about that. But remember, it comes with a lot of sugar called lactose. And this sugar, this milk can become, you can make it into curd, can make it into buttermilk, can make it into butter, can do many things. Butter is a fat. This has got a lot of fat and also a lot of sugar in this stuff. Okay. Now you can read here and it will tell you what it has. It has got fat. Okay, so many milligrams of fat. It tell you even sweetened. So all of things, even sugar. You see, this one has sugar, 7 grams of sugar. You know, go back and check. They all have all the things. Sometimes they add sugar to the milk because it's not natural milk. They put sugar to make the children feel nice, and then they put flavor, like what? Like chocolate flavor, like strawberry flavor, vanilla flavor, so the kids will like more and more the milk. The idea of these guys is to sell as much milk as they can for a business, but for the human, the consumption is extra sugar. Sometimes when I go out there, they say, no sugar, we do not add sugar to our milk. They're trying to tell that ours is really fresh milk, okay? They can call whatever you want. This is called sugar or fresh milk, but eventually it has got sugar in it, okay? Thank you very much. A simple understanding that how all of this food will end up as glucose in our physical body. All of this food. Okay, this is very important. Don't think about that. Very important to understand. All of this food here will become glucose at the end of the day in our physical body. Energy is very important. Why? Our brains must work. Each and every cell must breathe, must do respiration. They all must work. Yes, but not too much. When it's too much, they become fat in our body. So remember this. Good food, fantastic. A lot of vegetarians have this food, but not too much. This in Asia is only to enjoy food. This one. Nobody eats plain rice like this. You need to have something to it, okay? Now, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.